Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back. My name is Natalie. In this video, we are going to talk about this upcoming week astrology forecast, and I'll end the video with a collective message with tarot and oracle cards. This video is about July 22nd to 28th of 2024. If you haven't watched my previous video, you can watch it. But as of July 17, we are in our phase 1 of Mercury retrograde. We are in the pre-shadow energy of Mercury retrograde. So take a mental note and see what are you thinking and communicating with others, what kind of thoughts are coming across, what's happening in your world in different areas. What are your thoughts and things that's coming up for you, because during the actual Mercury retrograde later in August, these stuff that you are thinking through or things that's happening right now, you might come back and revisit them. So just take a mental note and see what you're experiencing or moving through life as of now, right? So let's talk about this week. We have a couple important transits happening for us. As of Monday, July 22nd, the Sun enters Leo to kickstart Leo season for all of us right here. So the Sun will enter Leo at 3:44 p.m. Hong Kong time, or still on the 22nd, 3:44 a.m. Eastern time. So just the time according to where you are in the world. Leo is a fixed air sign. So our ancestor, when they come up with astrologies, is in the mid of summer season. They're in the northern hemisphere, so this is also the hottest season of the year. So stay hydrated. Just a mental note if you are in the northern hemisphere. Leo season tend to be more dynamic because Leo is this bold, expressive, passionate energy, is confident, is not afraid to be in the limelight and to be seen in the public. Leo is that look at me energy, right? It's like the king of the jungle, right? And Leo also relates to celebrities, royalty, nowadays, people in the limelight. And since Leo is ruled by the sun, also signifying our world leaders around the world. But this Leo season is pained with Mercury retrograde, which will begin early in August. We already in the pre-shadow energy, as I said. So during this whole Leo season, because of this Mercury retrograde, we might also see some crazy headlines or gossips around the royalty family, maybe celebrities, people in the limelight, and our world leaders a little bit more than usual, which we already see as of last couple of weeks. There's some pretty outstanding headlines, and I feel like we'll see more during Leo season. So, but it's not just about them, even though there's an emphasis of them. In our own world, individually, because of Leo season, because of the Mercury retrograde, we also want to remember that and pay attention and be mindful with how we communicate, what are we saying, expressing around people, what are we sharing with others, because this might be a season where you might find yourself having a lot more gossips energy around. That's just how I see it with the energies. And so you want to be mindful, because maybe you want to know what's happening, but you might not want to get involved. So just a heads up about that. Leo also relates to our inner child. It talks about children, of course. So during Leo season, it's definitely a great time to connect or reconnect with your inner child, right? So And it's summer in the northern hemisphere, which is, the summer vacation for the kids, and everybody has an inner child, no matter how old you are. So in this Leo season, I invite you with this energy to reconnect with your inner child. What makes you happy? What brings you joy and fun when you were a kid? Maybe it's time to invite those joy and fun back into your daily life during this season. Well, it should be all the time, but especially during Leo season. Maybe you used to love board games when you were a kid. When is the last time you gather with your friends and just have a board game night? Maybe you used to love and play with sand at the beach, right? When is the last time you allow yourself play like a little kid and just to have that pure sense of joy and fun? Go treat yourself on one of those during Leo season for one of those days, right? So I love that for all of us. Leo also rules the heart. So during Leo season is time to really get back and reconnect with yourself. Drop back down to that heart space. If you haven't done so recently, take a deep breath, come back to your heart center, truly listen to your heart. Sometimes your heart whisper is not easy to hear what your heart wants to say. Sometimes we have to quiet down to see what our heart truly is telling us, whispering to us. So during Leo season, I invite you to do that for yourself. Who you are, what do you truly desire and dream about in different areas of your life? Are you pouring back into your cup? Are you tending to your needs? Are you truly aligning with what you truly desire for yourself in different areas of your life? And how can you come back to your heart space and reconnect with that version of yourself? This is also the first Leo season where we will have the Sun in Leo opposing Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto right now is retrograding in Aquarius, and since it's at the 0 degree, right after the Sun enters the sign of Leo, it immediately opposes Pluto retrograding in Aquarius. So around 22nd, 23rd, you'll feel this energy most intense, right? And not to be doom and gloom, of course, but this is only the first year. We have the next 19-20 years to have the Sun in Leo continue to oppose Pluto in Aquarius, right? Also, depending on which degree, if you're closer to that, you'll feel it more. But this aspect is really asking ourselves to be honest with yourself, right? Because like I said, Leo rules the heart. Pluto opposing our heart is truly going down, dive deep into your heart space to look within your heart. Maybe this couple of days during the 22nd or 3rd, you might need to be honest with yourself, your heart, and confront some hidden truth within you about certain things in your life or certain areas or certain someone, right? Something in your life. Maybe it can bring in some healing, maybe it can bring in a breakthrough, or it can liberate you from something, someone, situation, or so on and so forth. It might not be easy, it might bring up a little discomfort, but in the best way, it's going to set you free in some way, shape, or form. And the Sun will continue to stay in Leo until August 22nd. July 25th or 6th, depending where you are in the world, Mercury is going to enter Virgo on July 6th, Hong Kong time, 6:42 a.m. or July 25th, 6:42 p.m. Eastern time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Mercury will enter Virgo and stay in Virgo until September 26th, on and off. Yes, because another Mercury retrograde is a couple weeks away. And so this is our pre-shadow energy, like I said. The actual Mercury retrograde will happen in August 5th, and we'll talk more about it. So this time, okay, let me share what typically Mercury in Virgo is like. So Mercury in Virgo is a nice energy because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So Mercury is in one of its home sign. Comfortable, expressing its power to the fullest. Mercury in Virgo is like an analyst. Is very particular, very organized, precise, meticulous. It wants to focus on the how to do something, how to solve something, how to work with something, and how to be effective, and how to work with what we have and what we've got, right? Virgo is that very let's get to it kind of energy, right? And it's an earth sign, so it's grounding, that want to help us to problem solve, right? To find solution, to do things with efficiency. Is that figuring things out kind of energy with our thoughts, with the way we speak, and so on and so forth. So it can definitely help us to feel more productive, to move forward, to maybe feel more grounded in the way we think, we process information, to break it down, right? Break it down into small pieces, do it one by one, step by step, not as overwhelming. And so we can definitely feel maybe there's a sense of mentally we're more organized, we're more, how to say, we feel like our thoughts and our mental energy is more manageable in some way, shape, or form. But we also already stepped into the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. So what I've just said might feel, you know, a little bit, sometimes you can do it, maybe sometimes you can't, because we are in that Mercury retrograde pre-shadow energy. So Mercury is also slowing down at this point. So those kind of Mercury in Virgo energy might not be at its fullest power, but it's still there, so it's not too bad, right? But you do want to remind yourself to slow down and take things, you know, one by one, step by step, not to get too overwhelmed. And lastly, on July 26th, Chiron in Aries is going to station retrograde at 23 degrees at 9:58 p.m. Hong Kong time or 9:58 a.m. Eastern time. So Chiron has been in Aries since like 2018, and Aries is that zodiac sign, that energy that talks about the sense of self. I am, right? So Chiron in Aries has been teaching us and showing us our own hero's journey. Maybe this is about our self-discovery or rediscovery journey, finding ourselves again, who we are, embracing our energy, our own self, right? Sense of self. We have maybe been through some ups and downs. We have been through perhaps more than one version of ourselves over the years since 2018. And we're still on this journey, right? And we all have our own human story. We go through different hero's journey in different points of our life, according to, you know, our age or what's happening in our life, and so on and so forth. There's ups and downs, you know, there's trials and errors. It shows us our strength, our weaknesses. It shows us maybe our wound, but it also teaches us, bring in lesson experience that help us to know ourselves more and more and more. And during Chiron retrograde, it might bring up some triggers, wounds, trauma experience back for us to look at, maybe to heal another layer deeper, or maybe to finally embark on this healing or discovering journey for us. And everyone, like I said, is on their own journey, and healing is never linear. So don't feel like, oh, why does it happen again during this time? Just be tender, be more gentle with yourself. If you're going through and moving through something, maybe this is a time where you feel like a slowing down. Maybe this is the time where you want to schedule sessions with your therapist, healer, astrologers, or whoever you work with, whatever kind of modalities that you're working with. During the stations, the energy might be more tense, and if you do have points and planets around 23 degrees in Aries or any other cardinal signs, you might feel it stronger as well. And Chiron will continue to retrograde until the end of year in December 29th to 30th, depending on where you are in the world. So yes, this week we have kind of like a 3 major station transit that is happening, quite a lot. So do take care of yourself and be gentle with yourself. Now let's take a look at the universe message for all of us. We have Page of Pentacles, we have Wheel of Fortune, and we have 6 of Cups. So there's definitely this change of energy coming in from looking at it. Some of us might feel like this week things are kind of really slowing down for some reason, right? Maybe even for some, things might not go as planned, right? There's this change of energy that requires you to maybe slow down, to change your approach, or to take a different approach, or to readjust the situation, to invite you to look at things, to do things from a different perspective. Some of us might feel like, okay, why is this not moving forward? Why is this not happening? But remember, we are in retrograde energy, right? There are planets that are in retrograde already. Mercury about to station retrograde pretty soon. So it is okay if you feel like a particular area of your life or some situation, some things that you're moving through, kind of slowing down, not moving the way you want. There's a need to kind of maybe retreat, readjust, reevaluate, and maybe just know that if it's happening, maybe because there's some adjustment that needs you to do. And for some, I see another message of you're reconnecting with your inner child. Just like I said, maybe perhaps you're reconnecting with a childhood friend that you haven't talked to in a while, right? It is Mercury retrograde, so that might happen. Well, pre-shadow. And for some, maybe you're being called to do some inner child work as well. And if you do so, this is a great time to do it. Like I said, you might rediscover something new for yourself. It might kind of like reignite a dormant dream or passion or so on and so forth. And you might find joy again from that inner child healing or journey that you embark on as well. So see what comes up for you. And from the moonology, we have last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. Yes. Mercury in Virgo, it's time to attend to the details, and also be mindful because we already in the pre-shadow energy of Mercury retrograde. And then we have full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. I feel like they come in hand. It's like, yes, sometimes no matter how much detail, attention you pay, there's still something wrong. Something still might not go as planned or happen as you planned it. It's okay. Allow yourself to embrace the flow of life. Sometimes rejection or changes are just simply redirection to something that is better. So I know it's easier said than done. I'm kind of saying it to myself too, but just embrace it, the flow of life. Oh my goodness. Lastly, our oracle card. My goodness, it's an inner child card. 37, write a letter. Write a letter to your inner child. This is something that I would love to suggest for all of us during this Leo season. Write a letter to your inner child. What used to bring you joy that you haven't done in a long time? What is something that you wish to tell your inner child that maybe as a child you didn't get to hear, or you wish your caretaker or your elder or others might tell you, but you didn't get to hear? Write that letter to your inner child, right? Wow, okay. So I hope this message helps. Feel free to comment below, connect with me. I love hearing with you and connecting with you all. And I hope that one message or some of the messages from here is helpful in some way, shape, or form to help you move through the upcoming week. And if you're interested to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrology, tarot and akashic records reading. I do distant reiki, energy healing, and sound healing sessions. Feel free to connect me. My information are in the description box below. Follow me on IG. That's where I post all my events, and sometimes I go on live as well. In the meantime, I am wishing you all the best in this upcoming week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.